This week on the Media Boss Podcast.
Do what you do best, like you said about interviewing in your business. Do what you do best. Don't do everything. Reach out and get help from somebody.
Get help, man.
Yeah. Amen.
Media Boss Podcast is brought to you by two of our new partners. One is Pantheon. I can't wait to tell you about them later. And brought to you by Convert and Flow. You're going to learn so much about them. But now it's time for the Media Boss Podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Media Boss Podcast. I'm Dr. Barrett Matthews, and I'm excited to have you here with me because I've got another fantastic show. You probably already know that, but I've got an even better guest, and you're going to love this. Trust me, you're going to love this. You're going to be ready to take action when you hear from this guest today. But for those of you who are wondering, what is the Media Boss Podcast? Well, for those of you who are speakers, who are authors, who are thought leaders of any kind, you have people out there that want to be your clients. And understand this, people receive their content through various forms of media, but they do it through one form of media or the other. And if you're not in all those forms of media, that means you're missing some people. Well, what I want to do is show you how to get in all forms of media so that you can be everywhere all at once. And when you can do that, you become what I call a media boss. Now, what I'd like for you guys to do is to make sure you are subscribing to the Media Boss Podcast and sharing it with all of your friends, letting everybody know that you are paying attention to the Media Boss Podcast. Now, I like to start off every episode with something I like to call the Media Minute. Now, what's the Media Minute? The Media Minute is where I just take a little bit of time to share with you something that I think that you might want to know about media that can help you. Some news, some tips, whatever it is. Today, I get a question a lot of times from people about formatting. Should they do it as an interview? Should they do it solo? Should they do it as a panel? Let me tell you something. And I know you probably won't like this answer if you're looking for this answer. Do whatever you feel best at, because there is no cookie cutter way to do a podcast. Don't think because you saw someone else and they were successful at it that that's how you should be doing it. You do it in a way that makes you feel good. But the main thing I tell you in doing that is be consistent. If you're going to do it one way, don't change up the next week and change up again the next week, because people like consistency. And when they get that, they will pay more attention to you and subscribe to your podcast. So it is time to bring on my guest today. He is another podcaster as well. He's very successful. He's built successful businesses, and I'm very happy to have him here because I can learn a lot from him as well. He's mentored 20 businesses this year. And check this out. Over 1,000 referrals sent last year. And guess what, guys? He is also a newlywed. And I want to congratulate and welcome to the Media Boss Podcast none other than my man, Steve Ramona. Steve, welcome to the Media Boss Podcast, my friend.
Barrett, excited to be on. This is going to be blast.
Oh, yeah. See, you all don't understand. Steve and I, we're in other groups together and we talk and we just have fun. I love his energy. And it's just fun having someone to talk to that has high energy. And Steve is just that guy. So Steve, before we get into anything, you are working with people and you're helping them to, especially with social media and email blasts, you're making sure that they can get their message out to a lot of people a lot faster, aren't you?
I am. And I think that's the big key. You got to contact more people. If you don't have clients, what do you got to do there? You got to contact more people. And you said it earlier in your intro, and I loved your intro. It's great. Mm-hmm. There's many forms of way of doing it, but you can't be a master of all. You need to find somebody like Barrett to help you walk you through that. Do what you do best, like you said about interviewing in your business. Do what you do best. Don't do everything. Reach out and get help from somebody.
Get help, man.
Yeah. Amen.
You know, I have an expression that in order to get it done, you don't have to be the one.
I'm going to borrow that one.
Go right ahead, my man. Go right ahead. Because I tell people, stop trying to be the COE, the chief of everything. You can't do that. You can't be everything. Let someone else. My life has gotten so much better since I've hired people, and I love that. I'm so happy about that. Now with you, man, I'm just going to dig right into it. As you can see his graphic here for those of you who are watching us. there's a tool that he uses called InPhone. Now, I use the word tool for a reason, because a friend of mine taught me a lesson years ago. He says, if the work is too hard, you've got the wrong tool. And my man Steve right here, he is making it so that you don't have to work that hard. Steve, talk to us about InPhone.
Well, that's a great point. If you all can click a button, which has been behaviors, technology we've been doing for years. I'm 61. I remember the push button phone. You're a little younger, Barrett, but you still
I remember the push button. I ain't that much younger. I'm only a few years younger than you.
I love it. And so we know when we see a button, we know to push it. And we've taken the InPhone and we built it around that. Simple technology, but incredible results. And what's the other thing that we all know? What's in our hands every day?
Yeah.
It's our cell phone or iPad.
Yeah.
And I just talked to a guy, I did an interview and a guest on Tuesday, and he laughed because he said, I will forget my wallet, I'll forget my keys, but if I forgot my cell phone, it's the most important thing to me in the world. We all know that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We've become attached and addicted.
Yeah. Good and bad. And we're not going to get into that, but we're going to get into using it as a tool, which is the most important thing, being a simple tool. Go to a restaurant out there and just look at all the tables. I did it a couple weeks ago. There were 40 tables, Barrett. 39 of the tables, they were on their phone. And not all of them, but we've all seen it. It's part of our life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I saw it yesterday. I was driving by a hotel and these guys were outside. I don't know if they were at a conference, whatever, but they were outside the hotel just standing around on their phones. It was just like, wow, it's amazing.
Well, I say, we're going to have fun here. I say, let's shut the internet down for 5 hours on Sunday so we have family time. People laugh at me like, you're crazy. I am crazy because you're not going to do that. But we take advantage because your clients, prospects, and customers have their phones in their hands.
True.
Well, if they have your business accessible to them with a click of a button, what we do is we turn Barrett's headshot into a web app. So now it becomes an app. So he sees his TikTok, he sees his calendar, Facebook, all those apps that you have. So I talked to one lady, she had like 400, like 8 pages of apps. I'm like, drove me crazy, but that's what she lived her life, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But imagine she's going through that, she sees Barrett's picture or my logo or whatever you decide to use. That's what we do. We turn your business into an app, but it doesn't use the phone services. It uses zero data, no password or username. You don't need to download it on the app stores. It's just click, click, and you have somebody's business on your phone or your business on their phone until they delete it. And that's a great question. Do they delete it? 95% of people I talk to go, oh, nope, Steve, here you are. You're still on my phone. And they're proud. They're it's like a badge of honor, Barrett. And it cracks me up, but I love it because now if somebody's not interested in your business, you don't want to be on their phone anyways, because they're never going to use it.
Yeah.
Delete it. And that's fine. It's like anything else. But how many business cards were thrown away? How many brochures were thrown away in the last 10 years?
Yeah.
COVID's changed all that. It's made us more virtual, like it or not. It is the world. We're on a Zoom. Zoom's gone up 1,000,000%. People are multimillionaires in Zoom because of us. But I think when you use technology that's simple, Zoom's a little more difficult, but Zoom's a perfect example. I started 10 years ago with Zoom because I knew the vice president. I'm right down the street from their headquarters. He goes, you got to jump on this Zoom thing. I'm like, Barrett, well, okay. So I started doing meetings. I'm like, I just got 5 meetings done in 4 hours. I had no way I could have done that driving.
No way.
So with those meetings, what I'm leading to is when you meet somebody, and Barrett, you do a great presentation. And by the way, your energy is awesome. We're brothers from another mother. I love it.
Yes, right.
But you do a great presentation. You have a high ticket offer, which is great because it's worth every penny. Yeah. By the way, you want to make sure they can get you again.
Yes.
You leave them a business card. You just say, hey, let me text you my phone number. Well, they want to reach out to you either for a referral or to ask you a question. You want to get those questions answered right away, not like, hey, emailing you, what's your phone number, Barrett? And then you got that back and forth. We change all that. That's gone. It's on their phone.
Wow.
They click a button, click your headshot, they click call mobile, and up comes your number, and it pulls up your phone software and it dials. They want to learn about you, YouTube channel, and you want to educate yourself about Media Boss. You click a button, all YouTube channel videos are there.
That is.
I want to make it's very cool. I go on and on, but I'll stop right there.
No, I mean, I'm just learning and loving this. So someone, let's say your social media, how does that work with the social media?
It's a powerful tool for that because let's use LinkedIn because I'm a big LinkedIn guy.
Okay.
Well, Barrett Matthews is a pretty common name. I might find 20 Barrett Matthews. Well, if I don't know where you live, but probably not. But then I've got to search you. Is it the right guy? Is it media? But I'm taking time searching. Where if I have Barrett's InPhone, it says connect on LinkedIn. I click, connect, done.
Wow.
I'm on his LinkedIn.
Wow.
1,000 new people this year. I had 1,000 new people. 1,000.
Wow.
Because they can easily click, 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 click.
Now, let me ask you. So, these connections on LinkedIn, and say you do them on Facebook or whatever, are they put into some type of database, or do you have to do something else as far as that's concerned?
No, it's no different than if I sent you my LinkedIn link, said, here's my LinkedIn, connect with me. That's all we're doing is we're taking the links away from people and taking all your links and putting it on the phone or the computer.
Got you.
And by the way, it works on any device. If you have a device that gets on the internet, you can use our info.
I love this. So it's not a CRM type of thing.
No, but you can collect. But here's the cool thing, because we're adaptable. So what I have on my InPhone is a lead gen form. I have people click because they go, Barry, you heard this. Hey, here's my business card. Dude, I want your business card. I'm gonna lose it anyways. The guy gets offended. I said, no, come here. Here's my InPhone. So now he's got his business on my phone, on his phone.
Yeah.
So I've taken care of it and I'm promoting myself. And I say, click on the lead gen button. It pulls up a cognito form. He fills it out. That gets emailed to me. I put it in my CRM.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right, Steve. I honestly don't know the last time I collected a business card.
Funny, huh?
Yeah, because I remember I literally like last year threw away a box, like a shoebox full of business cards. So I said, I'm not calling these people. I don't even know where I met these people.
I don't even know what they look like.
Right, I don't. I just threw them in a box.
Yeah, and I hear that all the time. And the flip side of it, of businesses, like we just signed up a car dealership, 400 InPhones. You know what they told us? Imagine how many business cards they're throwing away when Joe Smith leaves the dealership as a sales guy and they bring a new guy on. Well, those 500,000 business cards are getting thrown away. They're no good.
Yeah.
Because he's not with the company anymore. We can just literally change it. So they buy all the InPhones, and then Tony Smith leaves, Steve Ramona comes in. The info never changes. We just change the information to me. And when that lady clicks on it that talked to Tony, now gets Steve Ramona. And they're like, cool. Wow. So you're not losing too many leads that way.
So I got to ask this, how did this come to be? How did InPhone how did this come together?
It's a great question. Ron Sullivan, one of my partner who brought me on with my business partner, James Levins. In 2017, he worked for Dollar General, I believe, upper management, but he saw business cards all over the floor at conventions. He's like, there's got to be a better way. And he just went in his house and designed up something, I think on PowerPoint or whatever. I don't quote me, but he just designed one and ran into a guy that built his InPhone. I've seen the first iteration. It's not as good, but it solved the problem of where's my information? Who's able to put their information on a cell phone and they had access to it. And then we've grown it from there, and we build our own software now. You can click a button and do video chat. You can click a button and file share. You can click a button and call international calls. I can call UK right now for free.
Get out.
Yep. It's a Wi-Fi connection. Our software will connect. He has my InPhone. I have a client in UK, Ernie. Ernie has my InPhone. He hits cloud call. I hit cloud call. We are connecting in 30 seconds on a phone call.
That is amazing.
On any device, by the way. You can do it on your computer. You can do it on your phone, your iPad. It just uses the microphone and the speaker of that device, and you're connected.
So and it's Android and Mac.
Any device in the world.
This is game changing, man. It's game changing. Now, I'm saving the best for last. So I want you to see, this is the part everybody's going to really love. Steve, why don't you tell them how much a system like this was going to run them?
Unfortunately, it's only $199 a year.
A year. $199 a year. So I know what you guys are thinking. Okay, how can I get started right now? Well, we're going to go over that in a minute, but I'm just letting you guys know this is legit. Steve is the truth. He got so many people lining up because this device, this tool is actually really, really helping a lot of people to grow their network. And like I said, the Media Boss, we don't just focus here on TV. We don't just focus on podcasting, social media. What he focus on, I focus on people who can enhance your media. And Steve is doing that. Steve has made it so that your media can get to more people. See, I don't think that they captured one thing that you said there, Steve. And that's about how many contact and referrals that you are dealing with. Go over that one more time. How many referrals you're dealing with, how many contacts, and how that's come about.
Great question, because when we started this and when I started in October of 2020 is it really good? We believed it, the concept was there, but we don't have the numbers yet. We started doing Google Analytics because it's URL.
Yeah.
So we started doing analysts, and we did it a couple months ago. I had over 24,000 people click on my personal InPhone over about a year and a half. If you run the numbers, I had 1,000 a month, 2,000. Yeah. But I tell you, Barrett, anybody in the audience, if you had 50 new people see your business a month, I want you to think about how much growth you'll get.
That's great. That's great. And not to mention the conversion, because you can convert a lot more. One of my good friends, Myron Golden, he does a challenge. He calls the Make More Offers Challenge. Because you got, in order to make more sales, you got to make more offers. Well, in order to make more offers, you got to get more contacts.
Amen.
And you have to have contacts that are interested in what it is that you do. So that I think that's a phenomenal thing. InPhone, and you heard him, guys. Only $199, not a month, not a week, a year. $199 a year. So basically, I'm just going to put this out here. It'll pretty much pay for itself.
Absolutely.
I just did a referral, a real quick story. I got a message like 4 weeks ago on Facebook. Somebody was looking for a realtor in New Jersey. Well, one of our realtors in New Jersey has an InPhone. I said, Debbie, reach out to Maya, and just left her InPhone. Not this big paragraph, testimonial, she's great. All I had to do, because it tells her story. So Debbie clicked on the link, because she told me later, she messaged me later, clicked the link, went over her business. Oh God, she's legit. Okay. Oh, okay, that's with Maya, because there's a picture of you on there. Yeah. So it personalizes it, right? Yeah.
She called her because she was looking for a gas station. They found a gas station 2 weeks later, $10,000 commission for Maya. She doesn't know who I am. She's never met me.
Wow.
She knows my business partner. She called my business partner and goes, who in the hell is Steve Ramona? I love the guy. He had made me $10,000. And the cool thing is, when the call was made, Debbie knew everything about Maya's business. Maya didn't have to spend a lot of time like, hey, I've done this. It's all there in the info by clicking buttons.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful, man. This is amazing. So guys, make sure that you check out InPhone. We're going to take a break here, but we're going to be back with more of Steve Ramona. So stay right where you are. We'll be right back with more of the Media Boss Podcast.
How are you going to learn everything you need to know about starting a podcast? Well, at the Create Your Podcast Weekend, we put it all in 2 days and help you get your podcast going by next week. That's right, by next week. All you have to do is come to the Create Your Podcast Weekend and let us show you how to get your podcast up and running. We will show you how to attract listeners. We will show you how to get people to pay you for your products and services. What products and services? The products and services we show you how to create, all at the Create Your Podcast Weekend. All you have to do is go to createyourpodcastweekend.com and get registered today. And we have special bonuses. Some of you will even get us to give you the equipment to start your podcast. That's right. We're going to give some of you the podcasting equipment to get started. Go to createyourpodcastweekend.com. That's createyourpodcastweekend.com and get started on your podcast by next week. Starting a podcast can be a daunting task. There's a lot that goes into it, and you're probably wondering if you're able to handle it. Well, why don't you just take 2 days and let us teach you how to do it at the Create Your Podcast Weekend. That's right. We're going to show you all the aspects of how to start your podcast, how to keep your podcast going, how to attract listeners, and how to make money with your podcast. CreateYourPodcastWeekend.com. Get registered right now. Do you have a podcast? Would you like to have it heard by more and more people? Well, Pantheon is the way to go. Unlock the right mindset and tactics with our program. Create momentum with repurposed content. Get paid to build your business. And with Pantheon, we'll even show you how to have a team around you that gives you a community of encouragement. Check out Pantheon today.
You and me together, we could be anything.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Media Boss Podcast. I'm Dr. Barrett Matthews, and we are continuing our conversation here with Steve Ramona. You heard him talk about the fantastic tool, InPhone. Steve, let's talk about your podcast, man. Tell us about your podcast.
Oh man, I'm so glad you brought it up, man. I didn't know you were going to do this. This is great. So I'm doing a unique podcast. You said it earlier. I'm out in the world. In January 1st, 2022, I'm a faith man, and I made a prayer with God. So what can I do this year? I got to do something different. I just was inspired. And it came to me, Steve, try to help as many people as you can.
I love it.
So when I got involved with the group that we're part of, this great mastermind Pantheon, it clicked with me because I've always wanted to do a podcast. I wanted to figure out how to help more people and not onesie twosie. And I love doing that, but how many people can you really affect?
Yeah.
The podcast now, I can do, my podcast title is Serving in Business. How do you serve your clients? How do you serve your partners, your co-branding partner? How do you serve personally?
Yeah.
So all goes together. So that's what we're doing, is getting some top leaders, and Barrett's coming aboard. Hope to see you on my podcast very soon.
Definitely.
But our goal is definitely to do that. Get some great business tips, maybe a great book, but people are going to listen to podcasts and learn something, but get inspired by the guests that I have on there. I
love it. I love it. And the name of your podcast again?
Serving in Business.
Serving in Business. Make sure you guys support that. Steve, one more chance. Anything that we can support you in, anything you're doing that the audience can support you in doing.
Well, absolutely. You know, we also have something I've not talked to anybody too much about, is a college keypad. So it's an InPhone for college students to have all their class schedule, their coach's number, their emails of their professors, their syllabus. So we can do that as well. So, and then we're coming out with a senior info for the seniors that have their drug schedule, their doctor's appointment. So this is just at the cusp. So I wanted to tease the audience a little bit.
You got to let me know, man. Yeah. Because I want to serve you in that capacity. That's going to be great.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
So Steve, thank you so much for joining me today on the Media Boss Podcast, brother.
God bless you, Barrett. It's been awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Everybody, that's Steve Ramona. Make sure you are supporting him. Please do that. And if you're supporting the Media Boss Podcast, what I'd like you to do is go to Patreon, patreon.com/Media Boss Podcast. You show us some love, we're going to show you some love right back. Also, for you guys, I have something for you before we go any further. I want to give you a free gift. And that is I'm sorry, I've jumped too soon. That is my 5 ways to paying clients. 5 ways to paying clients. I'm going to give you guys a free gift. Go to 5waystoPayingClients.com, and that's my free gift to you. Now, we're going to get out of here in a second. But I'm going to give you a reason to stick around, because if you guys like to travel, how would you like to have discounted travel? Well, stick around. I'm going to show you how to get that just by listening to the Media Boss Podcast. So we'll be right back right after this.
Do you have a podcast? Would you like to have it heard by more and more people? Well, Pantheon is the way to go. Unlock the right mindset and tactics with our program. Create momentum with repurposed content. Get paid to build your business. And with Pantheon, we'll even show you how to have a team around you that gives you a community of encouragement. Check out Pantheon today.
You and me together, we could be
All right, guys, we are back here on the Media Boss Podcast. I'm Dr. Barrett Matthews. I told you Steve Ramona was going to give you something you can take action on right now. InPhone is the way to go. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of that. Well, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to have an opportunity to get some travel discounted. But I also told you that you can go to Patreon, show us some love, go to patreon.com/Media Boss Podcast. And also, you can take advantage of my free gift to you, and that is 5 ways to payingclients.com. I get so many people telling me they get clients to call them, they can't really get anything out of it because you got the wrong clients. I'm going to show you how to get some paying clients. You can do that, and you can tie that in with the InPhone as well. But that's another story. Now, I also, for those of you who are really interested in becoming a media boss, I mean getting in all forms of media. I'm talking about television. I'm talking about film. I'm talking about podcasting, books, social media, live streaming, etc. Come to my 5-day challenge. It's called the Make Money from Media Challenge. Make Money from Media Challenge. We're going to dive into that. It's not all day. It's a couple of hours each day. And I'm going to give you assignments every day. That's the challenge part. You get assignments every day, and you're going to learn how to incorporate all those things in your business at my Make Money from Media Challenge. If you come in as a VIP, you get some extra bonuses just by being a VIP. How do you get there? Real simple. MakeMoneyFromMediaChallenge.com. Isn't that simple? MakeMoneyFromMediaChallenge.com. Now, also, if you're interested in having your own podcast, text the word podcast to 929-244-4323. That's 929-244-4323. Text the word podcast. We'll show you how to set up a podcast. We'll even show you how to have one done for you. How about that? Now, last but not least, I want you guys to make sure you're subscribing to the Media Boss Podcast and share it. Now, remember, I mentioned to you about getting some discounted travel. Well, check this out. If you go to Apple or Spotify, leave us a great review on the Media Boss Podcast. Then go on Facebook to the Media Boss Club, and just take a screenshot and post it into the Media Boss Club. Show us that you left us a review. We're going to send you a $100 voucher pretty much for you to use in a hotel anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, a $100 voucher for you to use at a hotel anywhere in the world to give you a savings on your hotel stays when you travel, just for giving us a good review. So I told you, we love you too. Now, as you all know, we get out of here differently on the Media Boss Podcast than other shows do. Well, for those of you who know, you know. Those of you who are new, you'll find out right now. So here we go. We're going to count down. 3, 2, 1. Media Boss out.